Greetings, Shadow Sprites! I'm Seraphina Shadowgrave, your friendly vampire demon archetypist, and I have been waiting to make this video for a very long time. Every layer, every entry, every cursed little rabbit hole we've fallen down together over the past few weeks, it's all here. The Vocaloid Iceberg Explained series, start to finish all in one place. Some of this stuff is fun and silly, some of it is genuinely unsettling, and some of it, well, you'll see. So, let's get started. Miku Dayo. Miku Dayo is a popular meme character based off Hatsune Miku. She first appeared as a human-sized mascot character modeled after the Miku Nendoroid. She was created by Sega for the Tokyo Game Show in 2011 to promote the game Project Mirai. Her name comes from fans on Futaba channel, which is basically the Japanese 4chan. It means, I'm Miku, or she's Miku, in reference to her uncanny, slightly off appearance. She is now recognized as her own unique character with her own personality, slightly creepy, clumsy, and almost menacing at times, yet in a comedic tone. Pia Pro. Pia Pro is a content sharing platform managed by Krypton Future Media, designed to facilitate peer-to-peer, non-commercial collaboration among creators within the Vocaloid community. Pia Pro is actually short for Peer Production. Krypton Future Media, and by extension, Pia Pro, own the characters Hatsune Miku, Kagumine Rin and Len, Megarine Luka, Mako, and Kaito. They have also recently developed their own production software, Pia Pro Studio. Miku opened for Lady Gaga. Hatsune Miku was the opening act for Lady Gaga's Art Pop Ball Tour from May 6th to June 3rd, 2014. The track list included Glass Wall, Yellow, World Is Mine, Play Your World, and Nichigen Dream Fever. Many Lady Gaga fans didn't understand what was really going on. After all, Miku was still pretty new at this point. However, Vocaloid fans in attendance had an overall positive view of the performance, with the only complaint being that it was too short. Save Miku. Around 2012, people began to notice increased deletions of Vocaloid videos from YouTube. There was an influx of false copyright claims, and fans began a Save Miku initiative. From what I could gather, it seems that this was a global issue. However, overseas fans in particular were very aggressive in this campaign. At the time, there were many people overreacting, thinking that all Vocaloid content was going to be removed from the internet. Yet, this issue soon resolved itself as YouTube's copyright processes evolved, and whoever was mass reporting videos decided to stop. This particular entry I couldn't find much detailed information on, so if you were present for the Save Miku campaign, please share your experiences in the comments below. Miku Made Minecraft. Miku Made Minecraft is an ongoing meme in response to the game's actual creator, Notch, making transphobic comments on Twitter. A Miku parody account responded to these comments saying, "I created Minecraft," and "Shut up, transphobe, I created Minecraft," which blew up across the platform. Since then, this meme has been used in other contexts, such as Miku wrote Harry Potter, in response to the transphobic author J.K. Rowling. Miku has always been popular within the LGBT community, and continues to be. CV04. CV04 was a supposed male Vocaloid connected to the character vocal series, with Miku, CV01, Rin and Len, CV02, and Luka, CV03. Developed by Krypton Future Media. This male Vocaloid was never created and has no name, design, or voice bank. There were simply circulating rumors of a supposed fourth character during the V2 era. Miku commercials. There are several very interesting commercials featuring Hatsune Miku. Some notable collaborations include Domino's Pizza, Toyota, Lux Shampoo, Pocky, 7-Eleven, Family Mart, and more. One of these commercials features Scarlett Johansson, and another includes an actual blooper reel. I find it really interesting which companies decide to use Miku, as some of them are more Japanese-centric, but other ones are, such as Toyota and Domino's, actually focused on an American audience, which is very surprising because at the time, Miku was not very popular overseas. Rin and Len's relationship. Bryn and Lynn's relationship has always been a hot topic within the Vocaloid community. To put all rumors to rest, the official relationship is that they are mirror images. Whatever that means is up to your interpretation. Some people make songs where they are a couple, some people make songs where they are siblings, and as long as it's not both, I'm okay with it. Now, me personally, I see them as twins, but there is technically no right or wrong answer in this regard. Wawaka's death. Wawaka's death was a great loss to the Vocaloid community. Wawaka was an iconic early producer, creating famous songs like Unhappy Refrain, Unknown Mother Goose, Two-Faced Lovers, Rolling Girl, and more. He sadly passed away at age 31 due to heart failure. Various Vocaloid artists have made music with Wawaka as an inspiration, including Kenshi Yonezu, also known as Hachi. T-Da. T-Da is a famous artist/modeler within the MMD community. He's best known for his work on T-Da Append Miku, and for overseeing the creation of Kizuna Ai's model. T-Da style models are very popular within the Vocaloid community and are sometimes even used in concerts, such as Nico Nico Chill Party. In the research for this iceberg, I just recently learned that it's pronounced T-Da, as I always thought it was pronounced TDA. Kasane Territory is a parody. The famous song Kasane Territory is actually a parody of a Toho Project song, Always Cerno's Turn. Toho Project is a famous bullet hell with 20 mainline games and 13 spin-offs. Cerno is a childless ice fairy and is sometimes described as incompetent. Despite this, she is strong and determined. Lucas Hairstrand. Now, I'm not exactly sure what this point is referring to or the significance of it, but in Luca's original design, she has one strand of hair that falls in front of her shoulder. Her design largely focuses on asymmetry, such as the slit in her skirt and the wrist cuff on only one arm. Why this is important, and why it's important enough to be on an iceberg, especially level 2, I am not quite sure. Unhappy Refrain meaning. When Wawaka first posted Unhappy Refrain to Nico Nico Doga back in 2011, the original description read, "I just wanted to scream and let out all these mixed up feelings I had. I'd be most glad if you thought this was a loud, maybe slightly annoying song." One possible interpretation for the song is that Wawaka was trying to find meaning and purpose within the music that he made. Another popular theory for the song is that it is about Wawaka's dissatisfaction with the Vocaloid community. More specifically, that Hatsune Miku would get the credit for his work instead of him. This is why it is so important to always credit the producers. Remember, Hatsune Miku didn't create the song, she is only a program, which real humans use to create their music. British Miku chocolate. Around 2020, the British entertainment store HMV carried an exclusive, official Hatsune Miku chocolate bar. They were only available in the UK and only for a limited time. Black Rock Shooter. Black Rock Shooter started off as an original illustration by artist Ryohei Fuke, better known as Huke, back in 2007. The illustration inspired Vocaloid producer Ryo of Supercell to create a song with Hatsune Miku. Fuke and Supercell collaborated on the music video, which gained over 2 million views on Nico Nico Doga. The world of Black Rock Shooter would later expand into a 50-minute animation by Orde Studio and later a full anime and manga series. Shiteyanyo. Shiteyanyo is a fan-made character based off Hatsune Miku. She was created as a meme on Pixiv in the early 2010s. Her design replaces Miku's twin tails with teal legs, and she crawls around like a little ominous creature. She has no canon or fanon personality, but I typically just see her as a little gremlin. Aki Dearest Vocaloid videos. Aki Dearest is a YouTuber who makes content surrounding primarily anime and video games. She used to make videos about Vocaloid, often in the top 10 style format, such as 5 songs that will change the way you see Vocaloid and 7 terrifying Vocaloid songs. Miku Symphony. The Miku Symphony concert series started on April 22, 2016. These concerts were a result of a collaboration between Krypton Future Media, Twin Drill, Sega, and the Warner Music Group. Many classic Vocaloid songs were performed by the Tokyo Philharmonic Orchestra, Japan's oldest classical orchestra. 2016 to 2019 concerts featured 22 songs, with 3 encore songs played to sold-out crowds. Kasane Tato also made an appearance to celebrate her 10th anniversary. There's also a line of Miku Symphony figurines with beautiful designs, including the stunning Music Box Miku figurine. Secrets of Wisteria. Secrets of Wisteria is a song by the producer Steam Pianist. I actually talk about this song more in depth in my disturbing Vocaloid song video, but the main controversy surrounding this song is that it's based on a real-life serial killer. The ending of the song contains the real-life letter the killer wrote to the victim's family, played in reverse. Many feel that this took things too far, and some argue that even the concept pushes boundaries of what is respectful versus offensive in terms of true crime content. This song is featured more in depth in my disturbing Vocaloid songs video, which I will link here. Len dying. Len dying is a meme in the Vocaloid community for how often the Vocaloid Kagamine Len tends to die in songs. Some songs that Len dies in include Servant/Daughter of Evil, Evil Food Eater Conchita, The Tiller of Enbizaka, Alluring Secret Black-White Vow, Knife, Influencer is Dead, Seasonal Feathers, and many more. Kageru Project. Kageru Project was a series of Vocaloid songs that told a story. It would eventually be adapted into an anime and a manga. The most popular song in the series was Kageru Days, uploaded in 2011 with over 3 million views on Nico Nico Doga. Oliver's Puppy Cat. The Vocaloid Oliver was used to voice the character Puppy Cat in the show and web series Bee and Puppy Cat. Bee and Puppy Cat is an independent cartoon and comic series initially on YouTube channel Frederator and later rebooted on Netflix. Puppy Cat talks in a gibberish language and, using a Vocaloid, creates a unique sound that a human can't necessarily replicate. Kalne CA. Kalne CA is a Vocaloid derivative character based on Hatsune Miku created by the artist Dato. I also have a full video of Kalne CA lore, which I will also link to. Kalne CA is most famous for being in the bacterial contamination music video, and her unique and frightening appearance makes her a true staple. Taco Luca. Taco Luca is a fan-made character based on the Vocaloid Megarine Luca. Taco Luca is based on an octopus with Luca's hair as the tentacles. She's featured in the game Project Diva. Taco is Japanese for octopus. Miku hair loss. Miku hair loss is a meme referring to the trend of Miku's pigtails getting thinner as more versions are released. Thankfully, this newest design has returned to the thick pigtail style, which I personally prefer. Miku's husband. There is a real man in Japan named Akihiko Kondo who got married to Hatsune Miku. It was a formal wedding ceremony, however, it was not official in the eyes of the law. He identifies as fictosexual, a term referring to people who are attracted to fictional characters. Kondo says that Miku brought him out of a really dark time in his life. He was struggling with depression and hid from the world. Miku inspired him to go back to work and re-enter society. Miku Flick. Miku Flick was a rhythm game app released back in 2012 by Sega and Krypton Future Media. The game had a total of 14 songs with music videos from the Project Diva series. I used to actually have this game myself, and it was so much fun. It had this really unique game mechanic that I had never seen before in any other rhythm games, where you match the lyrics to the song by swiping and tapping on a grid-shaped keyboard, You could switch between the Japanese hiragana characters and English romaji. Miku Binder. Thomas Jefferson Miku Binder is a meme that started as a post on Tumblr. The art was originally created by Ask Grandmaster Ham in 2017. This was a part of their Hamilton College AU Alternate Universe series. This particular drawing drew the most attention and continues to be a meme staple. The Meme Squad. The Meme Squad includes the following Vocaloids: Oliver, Ukaze, Pico, Flower, and sometimes Len. The origins of this grouping is unknown, but it tends to only really be popular in the West. They are used in Talkloid skits and comedy songs. Vocaloid Amino. Amino is a social media platform to connect fans. The Vocaloid Amino community began in 2016. Now, I personally was never on this platform, as it primarily had a younger audience, and apparently there was also often drama and many other problems occurring. So if you were on the Vocaloid Amino, I would love to hear more about it. Did you make friends there? Were there lots of problems? So if you could tell us more about it in the comments, I would greatly appreciate it. P-names. P-names refers to the trend among Vocaloid producers to include the letter P at the end of their name to indicate that they are a producer. There's also a Project Diva song called Let's Say the P-Names that lists many Vocaloid producers with P in their name. Some examples of producers with P-names include Lamaze P, Empath P, Pinocchio P, Anti-Find P, and Creep P. Len Burns Down a School. Len Burns Down a School is a visual novel on GameJolt by user SexyLenX2345. I have never seen this game before in my life, so this was definitely a new one for me. And if this video gets over 500 views, I will play it on stream as my first stream on my YouTube. Damn You Len. Damn You Len refers to a Tumblr post by Purple Girl Love that read, "Doctor, what happened to this girl? Nurse, she fainted for a mega nosebleed. Doctor, that's the 5-1 today. What's making them have huge nosebleeds? Nurse, it from Len. Thinks about Len. Nosebleed. Doctor, damn you Len." It was a pretty small meme on Tumblr that didn't get much traction outside of Vocaloid Tumblr. See You Went to Jail. See You Went to Jail references the Vocaloid CU's voice provider, Dae-hee Kim, who was found guilty of blackmail in 2014. Dae-hee, a member of the girl group Glam, and model Lee Ji-yeon were charged with attempting to extort 5 billion won from actor Lee Byung-hun. On January 15, 2015, the Seoul District Court sentenced Dae-hee to 1 year in prison, but this was later reduced to a year suspended sentence. Glam was a former girl group under the Big Hit Entertainment Agency, now known as Hive Labels, which is also the agency behind BTS. Gugu 888's disappearance. Gugu 888 is a famous YouTube channel within the community for their Project Diva uploads. These feature various modules as well as being fully subbed in Japanese, English, and Romaji. They uploaded almost every song in Project Diva, and then one day they just stopped. Their current whereabouts are unknown, and we don't even know what their other profiles were, if they went by any other names. They completely disappeared off the face of the internet. Megpoid the Music. Megpoid the Music is a rhythm game featuring the Vocaloid Gumi. Overall, the game has received pretty negative reviews, especially compared to other games at the time, such as Project Diva and Project Mirai. Nina. This point could be referring to one of two things. First, the song Nina by Vocaloid producer Pinocchio P. The song was uploaded in 2013 and reached over 1 million views on Nico Nico Doga and over 2 million views on YouTube. There is also an Vocaloid named Nina, released in 2018. She was illustrated by Neisuke122, and her voice provider is unknown. This point on the iceberg is very vague, and I'm unsure what it is referring to. However, this Vocaloid is quite unique, and I've never heard of her before. Nico Nico Cho Party. Nico Nico Cho Party is a concert series in Japan featuring Vocaloids. This event is often held as part of the larger multi-day Nico Nico Cho Kaigi convention. Nico Nico Doga is a popular video sharing website in Japan, created in 2006. This concert and convention was a celebration of the biggest creators on the platform and the most successful songs of the time. The videos from these concerts are very impressive, and seemingly much better than any of the concerts done overseas. The staging is absolutely stunning, and they actually had 2 different screens stacked vertically. Pico V4. Utatane Pico is a Japanese Vocaloid released in 2010 in collaboration with Sony Music Entertainment. Originally, the Vocaloid SFA2 Miki and Pico were developed as a pair, but due to copyright complications, they were split between 2 companies. Sony has held very tight control on how Pico's voice bank can be used, and it was very difficult to obtain. There was also very little promotion. When Yamaha moved on from Vocaloid 2, Sony didn't want to continue Pico any longer, after seeing his assumed failure. I'm guessing he wasn't nearly as profitable as Sony anticipated, but it also seems like he was almost set up to fail. Despite being enjoyed by fans, Pico never received any updates, including a V4, and was now sadly discontinued. Kikuo controversy. Kikuo is famous for his darker songs. These songs cover very heavy themes that need to be handled delicately. Gomenne Gomenne, or I'm Sorry, is the song with the most controversy, addressing the issue of SA. I think the negative reaction from some people is unwarranted, personally. Just because a song is talking about something bad or negative doesn't mean that the artist supports it. It's pretty clear from the lyrics that this story within the song is being portrayed as a tragedy, and it's an awful tragedy that is being told from the perspective of a young victim. I also read something about a manga that Kikuo made that covers similar topics that may have handled it less favorably, but I don't know enough about it to form a clear opinion. Tsunemoto's death. Tsunemoto's, or Pawa Pawa P's, death was a major tragedy in the Vocaloid community. He sadly died of suicide at only 20 years old. He began producing Vocaloid songs at only 14 years old. Some of his most famous songs include Young Girl A, Equation X, May I Please Borrow a Red Pen, Q, and Strobe Light. Sam Free's death. Sam Free is most famous for the song Luka Luka Night Fever and the rest of the Fever Night series. He sadly passed away at age 31, and the cause of death is unknown. Sam Free composed and arranged theme songs for anime series such as Wish Upon the Platypus, Ushibugyo, Good Luck Girl, Tegami Bachi, Reverse, and Katanagatari. Ruby drama. Ruby was a Vocaloid created in 2015 for Vocaloid 4. The main controversy was surrounding her design. Power FX revealed an unexpected design at Anime Expo due to a miscommunication between the developers and the company. Her developer had hinted that the voice provider was not white, which may have influenced the new design. This new design skin tone was based on later revealed voice provider Misha's mother, as she wanted Ruby to represent not only her, but also her family. Misha also wanted the outfit to reflect the Bronx, her hometown. The final art was created by Natasha Allegri, known for her work on Bee and Puppy Cat and Adventure Time. Hazuki no Yume. Hazuki no Yume was a major translator in the Vocaloid community. They would take Japanese Vocaloid songs from Nico Nico Doga, subtitle them in English, and re-upload them to YouTube. They released over 1,000 songs on their channel. However, re-uploading original songs has major copyright and licensing issues. They ended up deleting their channel. Nowadays, most Japanese producers upload to YouTube as well, but back in the day, this was one of the only ways for English speakers to access these songs. Magnet covers. Covers of the song Magnet have been very popular with different ships over the years, and if not as a cover, then as art with the iconic butterfly headphones. This song was a very large deal at the time, being a same-sex couple of Luca and Miku. It has been used for different ships within the Vocaloid fandom, but it has expanded to all different ships across the internet, and sometimes fun, fan-created Utawaloids. Untitled Chapter. I'm not really sure what this point is referring to, but I'm assuming that it is about how people tend to ship the Vocaloid Kagamine Len with virtually anyone. Len x Rin, Len x Miku, Len x Kaito, Len x Gumi, Len x Fukase, Len x Pico, the list goes on and on. I am personally not a big shipper in the Vocaloid fandom. It's not a big deal to me. They're software. It's kind of just like whatever is in the song. Personally, I don't really ship Len with anyone. The only real ship that I have is Kaito and Meiko, because they were kind of released around the same time, and like in my mind they're like the same age. But other than that, I don't really have any Vocaloid ship opinions. Big Boy Kill Jill. This entry was a totally new one for me and a very pleasant surprise. The song Kill Jill by Atlanta rapper Big Boy, featuring Killer Mike and Jeezy, includes a sample of Miku. Miku sings in the background throughout the song, and it actually sounds really good. I love seeing Vocaloid included in other genres, such as rap in this case. It's so exciting to see Vocaloid expand into mainstream music. Impale. Plus Impale is a parody of the song Plus Reverse. Impale is by producer Grandmaster Flames 159, featuring Margarita and Luca, and is extremely sexually explicit. I will not go into further details, as I will definitely get demonetized, so you can look up the song yourself. Rare Lily Homophobia. Producer Rare Lily had a past tweet resurface that said something along the lines of "homos are gross." There is some debate as to if this is a correct translation, and Rare Lily did apologize afterwards and deleted the tweet, but for many, the damage had already been done. Sir Crush. Sir Crush refers to the collaboration between the two English producers, Circus P and Crusher P. They disbanded in 2016 due to personal conflicts. Later, their songs were sent to private on YouTube. Some of their songs included Wildfire, Crystalline, and Athena. Naked Scarf Kaito. Naked Scarf Kaito refers to the MMD model of Kaito wearing only his scarf. This model was often used in comedic Vocaloid MMD videos. For those newer to the Vocaloid fandom, MMD, or Miku Miku Dance, is a 3D software developed specifically for Vocaloid users to make music videos for their songs. People would also make skits that have Vocaloids talk, hence the name Talkloid. Jelf the Elf. Jelf the Elf was a meme created by the English producer Ghost. It's a parody of Jingle Bells and a prank for those waiting for the next part of their communication series. Lyrics include, "One day Ghost will get off their ass and finish Case 2 Part 1. And somebody asked for a Christmas song, here you fucking go." Cheez-Its Are Yummy. Cheez-Its Are Yummy was a YouTuber who made Vocaloid covers as well as singing some covers himself. Cheez-Its Are Yummy goes by another name, Circus P. Cheez-Its Are Yummy was primarily his account for more English covers back in the day, rather than originals, which were posted on Circus P's official channel. Character Item Wars. A character item, in terms of Vocaloid, refers to the character's associated item, Miku's leek, Rin's orange, Lin's banana, Luca's tuna, etc. Miku's leak is technically a spring onion, but the leak spin video with the song Yevan Polka popularized the idea of it being a leek. I personally do not feel strongly either way, generally bigger than a spring onion, so to me, it's more of a leek. Asami Shimoda Vocaloid covers. Asami Shimoda is the voice provider for the Vocaloids Kagami and Rin and Len. She's also the voice actress for Ami and Mami from Idolmaster, Nanaba from Attack on Titan, and Bulin from Azure Lane. She made covers of the classic Vocaloid songs Kokoro, Meltdown, Soundless Voice, Gemini, Rin Rin Signal, and more. The End Opera. The End was an opera starring Hatsune Miku created by Keiichiro Shibuya. This high art piece centered around themes of death and mortality, asking the question, what is death to a being that cannot die? Miku starts to break down, become obsolete, and gets deleted. I've been thinking about making a full video on this interesting piece of Vocaloid history, so please let me know in the comments if that would interest you. Project Overdose. Project Overdose was a group consisting of producer Steam Pianist, Suze, Shoes, Mizudori Dreamer, Elbow, and Star Rapture. The project ended on June 7, 2020. Some of their songs include La Llorona, Kaleidoscope Haze, The Tattler's Tall Tale, Let's Be Honest, Synthetic Girl, and more. Story of Evil stage play. A stage play event entitled Daughter of Evil, Gemini of Charm opened from January 27, 2010 to January 31, 2010 by XQuest. It features covers of the Velvet mixes of Akuno P's 3 songs by Shimoda Asami, the voice provider for Kagamine, Rin, and Len, and a new song called Twilight Prank, composed by Mothi and performed by Shimoda Asami. The script was written by Hidekatsu Tokunaga, a host of the play and also a member of XQuest, with his own interpretation based on the plot which Akuno P offered for the play. Unlike in the songs, in which the characters are not named, each character is given a unique name by Akuno P. The princess, Rin, is Rillian. The servant, Len, is Alan. Kaito's character is Kyle. Mako's character is Germaine. And Miku's character is Michaela. Maratu controversy. In November of 2017, Maratu made a public apology for cheating on his girlfriend with a minor. His ex later clarified that the minor was over 18, as a minor in Japan at the time was anyone under 20. Maratu later sued his ex for defamation. He admitted to the cheating, but seeing as that he sued her for lying to ruin his reputation, it's safe to assume that all other accusations of assault, etc. are false. Sand Planet's true meaning. While I am not Kenshi Yonezu, I can only speculate on his true meaning. However, this is my personal interpretation. Sand Planet represented the current Vocaloid scene of the time. Nico Nico, the original home of Vocaloid, has essentially dried up, like a desert. Vocaloid has moved on to YouTube and music streaming. Vocaloid producers are no longer small and indie. They essentially no longer need to rely on the software anymore for success. Look at Hachi himself, moving on from this name to his real one, Kenshi Yonezu, and singing on his own. There was a hope that this song could reignite the fire within the community, and surprisingly it did. The song honored the classics and inspired a new generation of producers. I personally believe that Sand Planet is one of the most important songs of the Vocaloid community. Miku Pack. Miku Pack was an official magazine featuring art and music with Hatsune Miku and other Krypton characters. It had only 18 issues. The contents of the magazines included interviews with producers, illustrations, short comics, and information about upcoming events like concerts. Road Roller. Road Roller is a meme featuring Kagamine, Rin, and Len based on an iconic moment from the anime JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. This is a slight spoiler warning for part 3 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, so you have been warned. During Jotaro's fight with Dio, Dio grabs a road roller and slams Jotaro underneath it. This moment comes out of seemingly nowhere. The character Dio also has the voice line, which kind of sounds like Rin, and the road roller is yellow like the Kagamines. Luca was originally Miku. Luca was originally Miku refers to the initial plan for a bilingual Vocaloid. Luca was the first English and Japanese voice bank, but Yamaha had initially planned on this being Hatsune Miku instead. Hibiki Lui and Ring Suzune. Hibiki Lui and Ring Suzune were two Vocaloids that never released. In 2011, a contest known as Everyone's Vocaloid Project was held. This contest allowed anyone to send in a design for a Vocaloid. These two winning designs would be turned into Vocaloids set to release on the Vocaloid 3 engine. The winners were Lui and Suzune. There were several updates, including the voice providers announced and even a demo song, but sadly these two Vocaloids would be lost to time and forgotten about, never to receive an official release. Unnamed Utao producer. I have no clue what this entry is referring to. There are plenty of songs out there that have been lost, and it's hard to find anything with an unnamed producer, and how am I going to look up someone who's unnamed? But if you know what this bullet point may be referencing in specifics, or if there's a particular event with an unnamed Utao producer that you know of, please leave a comment below. I would love to find out what they are trying to say by this point. Vocamerica. Vocamerica is a certified fan-produced holographic concert featuring Western Vocaloids and vocal synthesizers. The project was created and managed by Virginia-based producer Empath P. Other English producers were featured, including Crusher P, Circus P, DJ Joe, and more. The Vocaloids performing included Dex and Dana, Maika, Aiko Kyune, Namida, and Ruby. V-Singer. V-Singer, formerly known as Vocaloid China Project in 2012 and 2014, and Vocanese in 2014 to 2015, is a project that develops and promotes Chinese Vocaloids. Some of these Vocaloids include, please forgive my Chinese pronunciation, Mo Qingjian, Shi Yumoke, Luo Tianyi, Yanhei, Yue Sheng Ling, Yue Sheng Longya. Ritsu drama. Namine Ritsu is a Utauloid rife with drama, controversy, and misinformation. Ritsu was created as a joke, also known as a Vibraloid, but people were taking a lot of these things too seriously compared to the creator's initial intentions. For example, she's canonically a cross-dressing 6-year-old boy who weighs 25 tons because her chest is actually a pair of missiles. Let's take a moment for that one to sink in. The actual drama surrounds the creator's use of a Japanese term okama, which is a word referring to feminine gay men, cross-dressers, and trans women. This word is similar to the English term queer in the sense that it has connotations of being used as a derogatory slur, but also being reclaimed by parts of the community. It's hard for me as someone outside Japanese culture to say whether this word was used inappropriately or not by the creator. But overall, as a voice bank, Ritsu has a powerful voice that is unique and enjoyable. I definitely recommend you check out some of her songs. The Master/P-Man. P-Man is a Vocaloid producer who primarily uses Gumi. I'm not exactly sure why he is here, and I can't find much information about him at all. Some of his songs include P-Po-Pa and Star Shift. If anyone knows more about this particular point on the iceberg, please comment down below. Miku Formula. The Miku Formula was a term used to describe Vocaloid character designs that have similar traits to those of Miku, seemingly trying to replicate elements of her iconic design. This can be the tight thigh-high boots, the arm accessories, the pleated short skirt, pigtails, etc. Some examples include Siyu, Makne Nana, Maika, and Aoki Lapi. Daisy Bell Award. The Daisy Bell Award is a specific Vocaloid category for the Japanese MTV VMAs. Daisy Bell was the first ever song sung by a computer, giving the award a perfect name. I actually have an entire video about the original Daisy Bell experiment, which I will link here. Votaku. Votaku simply means a Vocaloid otaku. For those who don't know, otaku is a Japanese word referring to a superfan of something, or essentially a major nerd. In Japan, it is often seen as a more derogatory term, but overseas it can be used slightly more positively for a person obsessed with Japanese culture, while weeaboo is its more negative counterpart. The The most direct translation for otaku is more of a geek or nerd. Big Al's old voice provider. Big Al's first voice provider, Michael King, was poorly received by fans. His first design was also quite creepy, looking like a classic Frankenstein monster. Frank S. would be the second voice provider, and with the new design as well, Big Al had a much better reception. I think the best way for you to understand this change is to experience it yourself.
Wow! I feel good. I knew that I would now. I feel good. I knew that I would now.
Miku Vivo. Back in the 2010s, there was a verified channel on YouTube pretending to be the official Hatsune Miku Vivo account. They would upload videos without crediting the producers and make money off them. This channel was reported by Krypton Future Media, but no action was taken, so many fans took matters into their own hands and reported the channel as well. The channel was eventually taken down in 2018. Vocaloid robots. Where there are no robot versions of Miku or any other Vocaloid to my knowledge, many people outside the fandom have referred to them as singing robots or robot singers. There are, however, some Vocaloid characters who are canonically robots or androids, such as SFA2 Miki and the new Vocaloid 6 voice bank, Nurse Robot Type T, also referred to as Chi-chan. Dongfang Shiji. Dongfang Shiji is a bilingual Japanese and Chinese Utaholoid accused of stealing Hatsune Miku's design. I personally think that this attack was a bit unfair. Just because she has pigtails doesn't mean that they're copying Miku's design. She has a bright red color palette and a distinct floral motif. She was the first Mandarin Chinese Utaholoid to perform in concert and be on live TV. Miku's backstory. Hatsune Miku does not have an official backstory per se, but there is an official concept. Krypton gave her the concept of an android diva who came from a future where music is gone, which is why her name translates to First Sound of the Future. However, you can make up whatever backstory you would like. Miku is a blank slate meant for you to be creative. Many artists interpret her as being a human girl, going to school with Rin and Len, and then becoming a musician. Others simply see her as software, keeping her digital in their canon. Pinocchio P Cafe. The Pinocchio P Cafe was a collab that happened back in 2013 called Pinocchio Te. It featured Pinocchio P's original characters, Ai Maina and Doshite-chan, offering not only decor, but also themed drinks and snacks. It also featured workstations that allowed customers to create their own song using Pinocchio P's tracks and loops. Ivana was recorded through Skype. There are unconfirmed rumors that the voice provider for the English Vocaloid Ivana recorded her vocal samples over Skype. Ivana's voice provider is Rachel Day, an Irish professional singer, composer, musician, and sound designer. Ivana is most well known for being the primary Vocaloid used by electronic music artist Porter Robinson, including his songs Sad Machine and Goodbye to a World. Rendustrial. Rendustrial is an album by producer Hiki P. The album is industrial, as the title suggests, and experimental. One review describes it by saying, "Ever listen to Kikuo and think to yourself, this is good, but I wish it were more abstract and would also damage my hearing?" So, if you're into abstract, experimental, and outright ear-damaging music, give this album a listen. Steam Pianist Uniform. Steam Pianist has been featured on this iceberg a few times, but this point is certainly his worst. He has been known to have worn a handmade Nazi uniform, as well as going on racist and anti-Semitic rants. To make matters worse, he referred to his Nazi outfit as his edgy kid uniform. The Holocaust was not edgy, it was a horrific event in history. It's very disappointing to learn that this producer has said and done some really terrible things. The controversy with Secrets of Wisteria was done in poor taste, but this goes much, much further. Fukase recording trouble. Satoshi Fukase reported that he spent 2 weeks in the recording studio recording each of the sound for his Vocaloid, Fukase. He had to record every single sound about 100 times, so every possible combination could be used. He later said that he erased the memory of recording from his mind, but his bandmate Sayori described it as a total nightmare. Miku Falsetto. Hatsune Miku Falsetto was an experimental voice bank that was never released. To this day, any further information on this voice bank has not been found. This is truly a piece of lost media that we may never find. Miku's shirt buttons. I'm not quite sure what this point is referring to. When checking Miku's official art, it doesn't look like her shirt even has buttons since it's hidden by her tie. Maybe that's the mystery, whether or not there are even buttons on her shirt in the first place? If you made a Miku cosplay, I want to know if you bought one, if your shirt has buttons on it or not. No leaks at concerts. No leaks at concerts refers to the unique rule that no leaks are allowed at Hatsune Miku concerts. The rule started in Japan, but has continued here at Miku Expo. The rule started back in 2007 at the convention Comiket. This rule was because the leak could be swung around like a weapon, but also specifically noted was the smell. This rule has been honored as a joke within the fandom and continues to this day. Alice. Alice was a French Vocaloid in development by Voxwave, which was cancelled and later set to run on the Sevio engine. In December of 2021, she became open source, and her prototype Utao voice bank was released. Miku isn't a Vocaloid anymore. Miku isn't a Vocaloid anymore refers to the new Hatsune Miku AI voice bank. AI voice banks are still voiced by humans, but the AI helps to connect the phonemes in a more realistic way, as well as generating pitch bends. SynthV already utilizes this technology, so it isn't really an AI voice, but rather AI is being used to enhance the voice and the previous existing software. I think AI gets thrown around a lot, and we think of it mostly as generative AI, but that is not the case for the Vocaloid AI voice banks and for SynthV. Kagamine Expo. Kagamine Expo was proposed by fans since Miku Expo doesn't feature the other main cryptonoids very heavily. There was also a series of tweets from the Kagamine Len and Hatsune Miku accounts on Twitter that played into this, with Miku saying, "This is why we can't have a Kagamine Expo." V4 Flower Shotokan. I don't know who or what this point refers to specifically, but the term Shotokan refers to someone who is attracted to young male fictional characters. Flower is a female Vocaloid, but her V4 design is quite masculine, and she does kind of look like a younger boy. This must be referencing someone being kind of creepy towards V-Flower. Ew. Napolitan Contest. The Napolitan Contest is something that I had never heard of before, but was surprised to learn its history. Napolitan was the name of Kagome Ko's anime mascot character back in 2017. Kagome Ko is a Japanese food company that makes tomato sauce, ketchup, and other tomato-based products. At Nico Nico Shokaigi 2017, one of the biggest Vocaloid conventions, Kagome Ko held a booth to sell Neapolitan dishes and introduced Napolitan as their new mascot. They were going to reveal the character's voice actress with a unique original song created by Vocaloid producers. Nayutalian, Oster Project, and Kurage P each made a song, and the winner would be determined by view count on YouTube and Nico Nico Doga. If anyone knows which song actually won, please comment it down below, because no matter where I look, I can't find the winner of the contest. I don't know if there ever was a winner, and if just like it never ended, or I can't find the results. So if you know anything about this, I would love to learn more. Oliver's voice provider in a Vocatone video. I was looking through Vocatone's channel and I can't find anything about Oliver's voice provider. Oliver is a young British male Vocaloid whose voice provider was an actual child at the time of recording. Because of this, his voice provider has remained anonymous. We don't know his name or what he looks like, but Vocatone has released some beautiful anniversary videos that you should definitely check out if you're an Oliver fan. Avalia Casa. Avali Akasa was a Vocaloid producer who sadly passed away due to a car accident in December of 2018. She would often use the Vocaloid Ivana, and some of her songs include A Hand to Hold, A Forest for You, Path of Lights, and Unspoken Words. Project If. Project If was a cancelled project by Krypton Future Media, first announced in 2009. The concept of this project was to introduce a choir-style set of voices with an elementary school theme, consisting of child and professional opera voices, like students and teachers. Software would later release Kaiyuki and Hiyama Kiyoteru, so this concept was already present in the minds of others as well. Part of the reason why this project was cancelled was due to the theme of young children. Krypton was worried about inappropriate content being made using the child voices, which we have seen with other child Vocaloids like Kaiyuki and Oliver. Another very strange aspect of this project was the concept art of a strange machine referred to as If. No one knows exactly what it is or how it would have been used. It's one of the most mysterious, unsolved mysteries of Vocaloid. Kaede-san. Kaede-san was Yamaha's April Fool's prank in 2016. She's a cat Vocaloid. I love this concept, and Yamaha took it so seriously, it is totally adorable. Her description reads, "A sweet, occasionally wild singing voice. Using the finest cat food and cat toys, our staff painstakingly sampled Kaede's meows in both Japanese and English." They even detailed 4 databases for Kaede. Itaku, a fierce, intimidating voice Kaede-san made when a staff member tried to take a single kibble from her food bowl. Normal, a standard voice that maximizes the feline quality. Matatabi, a sweet, affectionate voice successfully recorded when given catnip. And English, a surprisingly clear, pronounced voice that showcases the potential of cat libraries. Yamaha takes the time to note that this product is indeed fake, but Kaede the cat is in fact real, and she certainly is very adorable. First Place website figures. First Place is the music entertainment company behind the Vocaloids IA and 1. They have several acrylic standees, but very few official figures. There are 3, however, in the Aria on the Planet series. I'm not sure if this point may be referencing another figure that I can't seem to find, but IA and 1 are pretty niche nowadays. IA used to be very popular, but has certainly died down a lot in recent years. Also, I've always pronounced her name as IA since they're both capitalized, but if she's actually pronounced Ia, please let me know. I feel like I've been pronouncing it wrong for years, and I don't want to be. The Elvis Project. The Elvis Project was some of the first ever research that began the development of Vocaloid. It established some of the earliest models and ideas that would later be used in the Vocaloid software. Yamaha started the development of Vocaloid in the year 2000, and the Elvis Project began 2 years prior in 1998. The Elvis Project did not result in any commercial products, but the research done was essential to the future production of Vocaloid. IA Shampoo. IA 9th Anniversary Shampoo was a fake product created by a fan. Its description reads, "Commemorative limited edition IA branded shampoo and conditioner in boutique quality with distinct scents specifically formulated exclusive to this production." The mock-up is quite good, so I could definitely see how it fooled some people. Also, there are definitely some weird Vocaloid products out there, so it is quite believable. Big Fish Audio Censorship. Big Fish Audio Censorship refers to the box art censorship for the Big Fish Audio Mako V3 plugin sold on the website B&H. I had never seen this before, and it's pretty funny to see her colored in with red in order to censor her outfit. Lala Voice. Lala Voice was a vocal synthesizer created by Toshiba in 2001. Interestingly, the software could be used with Microsoft Excel or Word, and could even read emails. It had 9 unique voices, with 6 based on a family: a young son and daughter, the mom and dad, and the grandma and grandpa. It also had 3 robot character voices, again of a child, adult, and elder. It used a traditional sheet music layout instead of a piano roll like most vocal synthesizers of today. Sydney. I have no idea what Sydney is referring to. Is it the location in Australia? Is it the name of a vocal synth? The name of a producer? This point is very vague and will remain a mystery for now until maybe one of you knows what it's referencing. If you do, please comment it below. Sydney's very vague. Could be the name, could be the place. We'll see what it is. And our final point on the iceberg is Snow Miku statue crushes old lady. In 2012, at the Sapporo Snow Festival, a 3-meter tall snow sculpture of Hatsune Miku fell and injured a 60-year-old woman. Miku's head came off and hit the woman in the back, requiring her to go to the hospital. She suffered a broken pelvic bone. Oh my goodness, that poor woman. This is one of the most ridiculous events to occur in the Vocaloid fandom, and it's quite shocking to see that an actual injury was caused by a Hatsune Miku statue. Very unintentionally funny. This poor woman, I feel so bad, but also that is pretty funny that Miku's decapitated head resulted in broken bones. And that, my shadow sprites, is the iceberg. All of it, every single layer. I hope you walked away from this video learning something that you didn't before. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, genuinely, thank you so very much. It means so much. And if you enjoyed it, please give it a like and subscribe. It helps more than you know. And if there's anything I missed or something that you want me to cover next, the comments are always open. And the archives are always accepting new entries. So long, my shadow sprites, till we meet again.